Their impacts, and twice in 4 days he's...
Yeah. I think it was harder for him tonight. His experience tonight was harder than the one in Cardiff because we're a long way from home, and the magnitude of this game really is one we couldn't afford to. A point wasn't any good to us. We had to get to 3. So for him to come on in a game where it'd been frustrating for us for most of the evening, and him to do what he did, then I think again he needs another huge pat on the back for someone with so little experience, so young. But if you're good, you're good, and if you're capable, you're capable. And he showed again tonight that he's got some fantastic talent.
I know you probably not had a chance to get in the dressing room yet, but what did the players say, or what got said as soon as you walked in with him?
No, players our lads are very level-headed. I think some of the talent in the dressing room is incredible, obviously, and they just take it on their stride, and that's what Ben Woodburn will do. I think we know you guys will write about him, and that's what happens. Get sensationalized, and that's just the way it is, the industry. But for Ben and for us, like I said before Saturday, before he made his debut, he's a good young player. He's got good talent, and he knows, we all know it, but there's a long way to go for him. It's such a hard industry. To stay at the top level and to produce, to achieve is so difficult, and he's so young. He's got all the attributes, and he's showing all great signs. But Ben knows there's a lot of hard work, and we need to be patient with him because he's so young.
Looking at the group stands now, Chris, is it realistically the playoffs for you?
Look, it's in Serbia's hands. I think a draw tonight would have been quite good for us. Actually, Ireland winning even better, really, because then us winning and Ireland still need to come to us last game, and there's only hopefully still is only a 2-point gap, and we can make that up with a win, but not to be. Fair play to Serbia. They've set the pace all the way through. It's theirs to lose now, but if we've got to get there through the playoffs, absolutely, no problem at all. And we said we had to win the last 4 games to give us a chance. We're 50% of the job's done. Huge game in Tbilisi next month, hard game, but a great one for us, and we've got to try and keep it alive and keep it going.
And given how tight this group is and how difficult it is to be one of the top 8 best runners up, is it still the aim that you need those 2 wins to even be sure of a playoff spot?
Yeah, look, I think if you get 20 points, you're unlucky not to get that playoff spot, and that has to be the aim now. I've never been one to look past the next game. We can't afford to, but we know what's what. We knew that before we kicked the ball in this camp. So there's 6 points to play for, and realistically, we've got to go and get maximum to give ourselves a chance at that second spot if Serbia don't slip.
Is momentum well and truly with you now, though, Chris?
I think, in this campaign, we've 50% of the games we've kept clean sheets. There's only 1 game we haven't scored in. It's been such a tight group. It's very tough. Austria, Republic, ourselves, and Serbia, all good teams. So, but we've lost. I think we've lost 1 campaign game in 18, and that's the right path we're on for sure. So I keep reiterating that to the players. We keep saying we're always looking at the next challenge, but we shouldn't. These must-win games now we're in. We've been here. We have. We were there in the last campaign. Every game we had to win. Just because I never mentioned the word win, and we still had to win it to keep progressing. We got to the tournament. You have to win, otherwise you don't go through. Been here before, so I think that experience has stood us in good stead. And again, we can only do what we can do. Take care of our own business, and we're doing that. And we have to continue that next month.
Chris, did you? When you sent on Woodburn, how frustrated were you at that point watching that game? And did you feel Ben would just have maybe the quickness of path?
Yeah, no, I think in a game tonight, I was less animated on the touchline tonight because it wasn't a game where we needed to lose control of our focus. It was all about keeping focus, staying patient. The conversation we had, or one of them was, unless if we score early, then Moldova will open up and attack, leave more space for us to attack them. But we didn't score early, and they did very well, Moldova. But they did well in Vienna. It took Austria 75 minutes to get the first goal, so we knew it could be tough. And we look at the clock, and there's 80 minutes, and we're still 0-0. So it's a little bit scary. But I think once we got the first one, I felt then we would win the game. In saying that, they could have scored at the other end, which is a bit sloppy from us. But didn't matter really how we got over the line tonight. It wasn't. I'd rather be sitting there saying that was scary. We've played much better, but we've got 3 points, rather than saying we were brilliant. How did we not score? And we got a point. It's all about the wins at the moment.
Chris, you changed it tonight. Obviously, going for the win with a sort of more offensive formation. Will we see that feature again? Do you think? How difficult will it be to resist starting there, given how well he's done in these 2 games?
Yeah, no, I think in this campaign we played 8 games. I think I played 5 or 6 different formations in this campaign. I'm always stayed with 3 at the back. If it is 3, sometimes the formation in front changes. We've done what we've needed to do to get us through. So of course, and it depends, international football, it depends who's fit next month, who's fit, who we've got, who arrives, where they are physically. And that dictates sometimes what team I pick, what formation I choose to play. Tonight we wanted to attack Moldova. I don't want to play with 2 strikers because that's a little bit more predictable. We went with 1 up top, Rambo just off the front, and 2 outside wingers, and Balo on top. And then, the longer it went, then we put Sam Vokes on with Hal for a bit of support. But I'll look at Georgia, their strengths and weaknesses. I'll look to see who we've got available, how they are physically, and then I'll take my formation off the back of that.